Hi, I'm Annie, and this is Fueling Up with Father, and today I have with me...
Father Pete McCormick from the University of Notre Dame.
Yes, so Father Pete, you grew up here, correct?
I did. I grew up on the northwest side of Grand Rapids, went to St. James Grade School, West Catholic High School.
There you go. Very nice. And now you're back, because you just gave the keynote talk at the Back to School event, which has all of our faculty, staff for all of our schools.
Right on.
How'd it go?
You know what? It was awesome. It just so fun to see so many familiar faces, but also to see the great things that the diocese is doing right now. So I was stoked to be able to be a small part in it.
Now you said you're at Notre Dame because you're a Holy Cross priest, correct?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. How'd you get there? Like, how'd you get to become a priest? What's your vocation story?
Yep. So I was a graduating senior at Grand Valley State with a degree in biology.
Okay.
And I kept thinking, all the way back to when I was a sophomore at West Catholic, actually, about being a priest. And I didn't really know how to answer that because I didn't have anyone in my family that had taken that route. And so it felt kind of scary and overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
Now, God is persistent and God is generous and faithful. And so despite my best efforts to shake this call, and trust me, I tried. That's why I took 5 years in college, where most people take 4.
You're avoiding.
I kept changing majors and the whole bit. Eventually I got to this moment where I thought, okay, I got to take a look at this thing.
Yeah.
So my mom, after having had series of these conversations, said, hey, why don't you just check out Notre Dame? We had a family friend who was in the seminary there. Okay. And that's the reason.
Wow.
He was there. My mom said, Jeff is at Notre Dame. Why don't you check that out? That's what I did. I sent an email to the vocation director, and the rest, as they say, is history.
There you go.
And what I probably think a lot about now is the fact that whenever I thought I know my plan for my future, I'm always wrong. Yeah. And I'm always wrong on this count that I never dreamed big enough. And so what I didn't know at the time when I discerned my vocation, and certainly what I didn't know when I said yes to the invitation to join the seminary for the Congregation of Holy Cross, was that the Lord was going to use my gifts and talents in ways that I couldn't have imagined or even expected. And so I love to make that point with the students at Notre Dame. Yeah. But I also think it's a really important point for people of faith to remember that sometimes we can't see all of the different moves, and sometimes we just don't know what to make of the situation that our lives have become. Yeah. But you have to remember that God doesn't waste a single moment, like ever. And to really trust that and be mindful of it is a great, I think, blessing that we receive as people of faith. Yeah, definitely. And so what's your role at Notre Dame? What do you do? Yeah, so I serve as the director of campus ministry. Okay. And my responsibility is to think about faith on campus more broadly. I am blessed to have a couple different resources at my disposal. The first is an incredible staff in campus ministry. People who are so dedicated to loving students, staff, and faculty. They're so creative in terms of the ways that each year is kind of new. Like I always point out, the undergraduate population is only 8,000 undergrads. Okay. And so we lose 2,000 a year. So a quarter of the undergraduate population changes every single year. Yeah. That requires that we're creative and thinking differently about how we do our work and evolving and kind of keeping the things that are good, but then also letting go of the things that maybe have just run their course. Yeah. The other piece that I think is just an absolute blessing is that the Holy Cross community at Notre Dame is about 65 priests and brothers, all working in a variety of different roles. And so there's never a time in which we're not able to meet people's needs when it comes to the sacraments, but also just that I've benefited from, the great brotherhood and community that I have as a result of that. So, I'm so grateful that I get to serve in this role, but what I perhaps love even more is the fact that I get to do it with such great people. Yeah, that's wonderful. Because I went to St. Mary's College, I went to a couple of masses. I remember I went to one of your masses because you were, I forget which dorm it was. You could probably tell me what dorm. It was probably Balmer Hall or Stanford Hall, one of those two. I think it was Stanford, but it was a really late night mass on Sunday. At 10:30 p.m. Last chance. Oh, good Lord, yes. Mass. I used to take a nap on Sundays to get ready for that mass. I'm sure. And I remember during your homily, you got up and you're so animated and you were clapping, and I was like, yep, need to make sure everyone's up and awake. But it was so funny. I was like, that's exactly what you need. You need that energetic, loud
get people excited.
Well, I sometimes do that just as much for myself as for the congregation. Like, come on, 10:30 p.m.?
That's
good
late.
Lord. I'm not even sure the Lord's awake at that point. Like, seriously.
He's like, you guys are still up doing
still
this?
awake. Okay, fine.
I'll show up. Yeah. He's like, let me go to bed. That's so funny. Yeah, but that's wonderful. And I'm really close with Father Carl Romkema.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's fantastic.
The man, the myth, the legend. He is just such a thoughtful guy and a proud son of the state of Michigan.
Yes, he is.
From the other side of the state, of course.
Yes.
But we still welcome him and love him.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I know. He said only people from West Michigan can pronounce his name correctly. And it just makes me laugh. But yeah, so that's my point. And are you still the basketball chaplain?
Yes.
Okay.
Serving as hoops chaplain. Mm-hmm. And that's been fun. You know, I played basketball through high school and then officiated in college.
Oh, nice.
So when I finished up at Grand Valley State, I kind of thought that my run with basketball had come to an end because I was entering the seminary and I didn't really know. So I go to the first Notre Dame men's basketball game that I could go to. Okay. And I look at the end of the bench and there is a chaplain. And I think to myself, maybe my time has not come to an end. So
that's so funny.
And now, heck, Annie, I want to just credit you for this amazing drive because you're currently going by what was once St. James Catholic Grade School.
Wow.
And church. So I'm feeling all the feels right now.
Oh,
it's like a Taylor Swift concert.
I was like, this is fun because it's like college career crossover video. You're here.
Exactly. We're calling this a mashup.
Exactly. It is. Yes. So, no, that's wonderful. Okay. So what has been your favorite part in your priesthood so far?
Yeah. My favorite part of my priesthood is the people. And I know I'm going to get more specific on this, but the ways that I've had the privilege of coming to know some just great pizza. And pizza, I've got to know some great pizza too, I might add. The reason I said pizza is because we are right next to this nacho place. So food was on the mind. So right over here is the former warehouse and kind of manufacturing place for El Matador chips.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was a kid, I would ride on my bike all the way over here, and my mom would say, hey, listen, go pick up. They had like this massive box of chips. So I would pick those things up, and then they would stay in our house. There was a 5-pound bag of tortilla chips.
That is so funny.
And so like, yeah, I rode my bike from my house, which is not too far away from here, where I grew up as a kid, down to St. James, like over and over and over again. So this could not have been a better drive.
So we picked the best route. Wow. The
Absolutely.
Lord knew. This was not planned. He was like, we're going to have you
drive
this way.
Like this is right up here. I used to play hoops right on this court up here. Anyways, okay, back to why I love the priesthood.
The people.
The people.
The pizza.
The pizza. Sometimes you can do both. If you take the people to dinner for pizza.
Absolutely. And college students love pizza.
They do love pizza.
It's the way to go.
The problem is I'm not a college student anymore and I still love pizza.
Hey, who doesn't?
Yeah, but anyways, so what do I love about the people? Genuinely, the way that a priest is able to enter into people's lives in a very powerful way and to accompany those who are going through any number of things. Yeah. And it might be a moment of great joy, whether that be a wedding or baptism, but it could be a moment of incredible sadness, the death of a loved one, or a personal struggle that you just can't overcome, whatever the case might be. You know, and I mentioned this earlier, right? Like, my imagination was too small about what my vocation would ultimately about. And God continues to remind me, and in those moments of doubt and struggle that I've had, you know, the Lord always finds ways to say, hey, listen, I know this is hard. I know any vocation is not easy, but listen, hang in there. I am using you for a purpose. Yeah. And you might not be able to see it fully and entirely yet, but that's okay. Just continue to trust that my grace is sufficient for you.
Yeah. That's so good.
I delivered papers right here. Villa Maria.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is just your whole childhood.
I'm literally seeing it all flash through my very eyes.
When's the last time you were back in, like, this area?
Well, okay, a little self-disclosure, which my family teases me for. Okay. Whenever I come from South Bend to Grand Rapids, I always go to my childhood home. Okay. And so far, no one's called the police, but I sit outside the house just for a moment, say a prayer, and then make this drive that we're on.
Oh, really?
And I drive here and I think about, a good buddy of mine that I played soccer with, he lived actually right over there. was so cool. He had this massive soccer goal in his backyard. We'd all go over there and just play soccer. I thought it was the most amazing thing. Like, I had a basketball hoop in my backyard, which was good. Don't get me wrong. But that was next level. It was incredible.
There you go. Yeah, what other sports did you play?
Okay, so I played soccer, and then I wanted to run track and field, but in my household, growing up, my mom had a rule, because I was one of 6, not one of 9, but still. My mom had a rule that, those basketball shoes that you want to play with, they are not cheap, and they're not free. So you're going to have to earn them. So the deal was, you get 2 sports, which was more than fair. So I'd get 2 sports, and so I chose soccer and basketball, and then in the spring semester, I would work. I worked at a grocery store here in town. And I bagged groceries for a while. Then I worked in the produce department. Produce departments are great. However, they require getting up at an incredibly early hour. Excessively so. Scandalously so.
Like, what time are we talking?
Well, the alarm would go off at like 4:45 in the morning, and I had to be there at 5:30, which I'm sure there are people who do that every day. But to a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever it was, it felt like an eruption in my mind was occurring. So
that is so funny. Okay, so soccer and basketball, but then basketball was your favorite?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming? Okay.
Listen, let's be really clear about something. Basketball is God's gift to humanity. It is an art form, really. People think it's a sport, but it's not. It's an art form.
It's an art form.
It is. When I entered the seminary, there's a gym attached to the seminary, so I asked for permission. While I was there, to just go. I was like, everyone leave me alone. Everyone go away. I need a basketball, and I need access to that gym. And I just shot free throws until it all made sense.
Oh, there you go.
That's all I did. I literally just sat there in the repetition of the free throws, and I started kind of piecing it all together, and you start doing a little bit of reflecting back on the journey that had taken me to that point, and the opportunity that was before me. And at that point, I thought, okay, it's good. But yeah, hoops has always been a central part of my story, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. That's very cool, too, how God uses your passions to also speak to you in those moments.
Totally right.
Because he knows that he just needs to play basketball with you to get you to listen, and he does that with us.
That's exactly right. And this is the thing. Sometimes people ask me, well, how do I pray? And I'll always say to folks, how do you like to pray? How do you feel drawn to prayer? Because sometimes folks feel as if there's a certain way, and I'm not doing it right. And so I'll be like, well, what do you? Well, I love to journal. I love to go for walks. I love to kind of listen to music. Okay. Do you think it's possible that the one who created you might be able to work with that? And the answer, of course, is yes. And so just giving people permission to explore that in a powerful way is really fun. And sometimes we do that over pizza.
Hey, exactly. I know. That's very true. So we just arrived at West Catholic. And when's the last time you were here?
Oh boy, probably 20 years. In terms of walking through the actual school, 20 years, easy.
Okay, so we're going to go walk through the school. We're going to see what changed. Because I have no clue. I mean, I ain't go to West Catholic, so I don't know what it was like before and what changed. So I'm excited to see your reaction to how it is.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
We'll check back.
Start with that right there. What is that? Hey, you get the tour. Let's go. Okay, let's start with this. What is this? So this is Northwest students. Whoa, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is cool, man. You and I used to run through this when it was a hallway. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Whoa.
There you go.
Yeah. So how would they use it? Like, what would happen?
Mornings they'll be in here socializing. Some of them will eat their breakfast and stuff. Because we have breakfast. They'll do dinner. They stay after school.
Got it.
And they will come in here after school and do homework. Wait for parents.
That's cool.
Do tons of meetings. Our boardroom. We got athletic director interviews. We'll do this afternoon in there. Teacher meetings. Classrooms will come down here for speakers. And then over there's our studio, so do podcasting.
Are you really? Let me see that. That's awesome.
We do a whole bunch of cool stuff with social media and our athletic teams, so they'll use that studio to do pictures and interviews. And
wow. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now let me see this podcast studio. I want to check this out, dude.
Drop an episode?
There.
Your department.
We have podcasting equipment. We have a little bit of a studio here, so we have a production.
Whoa.
We do some photo shoots for athletics in here,
Nice.
like when we're doing social media posts, have the student spotlights. We have a podcasting group that they record every now and then, so we have podcasts that go up for our broadcasting class.
Really?
Monitors so they can see themselves. And I don't know when this was, 2008, but do you know Dr. Cox?
No.
He's been with our sports teams forever, but he made a little unofficial, if you want to.
Oh,
Get behind
goodness.
the scenes.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
a news desk.
This is awesome.
Oh, very official.
Let me do this here. I don't think this is official.
Oh yeah, grab them like.
Yeah.
Press conference style.
Father Pete McCormick, really excited to be here. Just happy to say that our guys gave it 110%. The West Cali Falcons are the school to beat. Go Falcons.
There you go.
That's it, man. This gives me all the feels right here.
So this is
It
yours.
still smells the same. It still smells the same. Oh, yes. This is fantastic. Now, there are bleachers over there back in the day. Bleachers there. Oh, you got some batting cages over there. That's smart. And where's the gym? The gym's still behind that wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think people understood
Yeah.
how great of a gym this was.
This was an amazing gym.
It was like
Yeah.
shorter.
Short court. Yep.
Honestly, I mean, in the fans
Yeah.
would be because now you've got the bench and then a couple rows.
Yeah.
It was the bench and then fans right behind you.
Totally right.
And just breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
I mean, it got loud in here,
Yeah.
and it was the best. It was.
It's a weird point of comparison because there's plenty of dissimilarities, but the Cameron Indoor, Duke, and this have a similar energy. That they're right on top of you, and like you felt the fans' presence. This little door here was an amazing escape hatch door.
An escape hatch door?
Because the pews are pews. The ride is a little bit rolled out, but this door right here swung into the men's locker room. So if you wanted just to like pop out for a second and catch the game, you could open this thing up, stand right here, see what was going on for like the JV game, and then go right back in. And no one needed to be the linesman.
We used to come out of that.
Exactly
tunnel
right.
For
Yep.
one game, I think Catholic Central, we came.
You came out of here?
It was the only time we did that.
I played C.C. One time here, and we decided we were going to shake up the intro. We were going to do like the Stormtrooper march from Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. So anyways, we elect to do this. C.C.'s already warming up. The band cues up, and we march out like this. We proceed to get rolled by C.C. Never do I recommend that approach.
That's great.
It's like, oh, this is so good.
Because they wanted to stay with the Catholic organizations.
This is
That's
amazing.
great.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
How long has this building been here?
2008, I think.
2008.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's so great. It's just awesome.
Which I think we've kind of changed it from new gym to old gym, and now it's competition gym and Ox gym.
And Ox gym,
You know,
yeah.
when you're from Grand Rapids, you still refer to the Granville Mall as a new mall. Like, oh, are you going to Woodland or the new mall? Like, my mom's like, it's been around for like 30 years. It's not really that new.
It's not that new anymore. Yeah.
So that's
Listen,
our,
get
our
with the
Grand,
times.
our Grand Rapidian new gym.
We got the cross window, and in
Yep.
addition, we got the scoreboards. Those are video boards now.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
There's a production value on that.
There
Then.
is, yeah.
So you've got to be like coming up with like what's the intro look like and all that.
100%.
The whole bit.
We
Yeah.
have scripts now for our games.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
the Father Pete pump up.
Oh,
Give them the DJ booth and just get going.
we
all
should.
saw
You
games.
felt comfortable in the studio.
This is my favorite area, the concession booth.
Concession booth.
I'm a big believer in concessions.
Favorite confession snack.
Yeah, what's
Oh.
your favorite concession snack?
Oh, easy, hands down, hot pretzels.
Hot
Hot
pretzels?
pretzels and a Coke.
Oh, there you go.
Mustard and nacho cheese. Neither. I'm a total like carb guy. I just want more carbs. Shout out to y'all. Like, I'm just gonna say it right now.
Are you a part of any of those?
No, I'm not. But the this is so impressive. Like to have this many state titles, it's really remarkable.
You want to see the religious wall of fame too?
Oh.
Because somebody's face might or might not.
Did you know your face was on the wall?
I do know that. I
Have you
this-
seen it though?
Well, they gave me a replica plaque, so I've never
Oh.
actually seen it in the case though.
In Flash.
So let's see what happens here. Okay.
It's in like a big order thing.
Okay. On the end.
Wow.
There it is.
Let's see it.
Look at that guy right there. Look at that guy.
Wow. There it is. Try not to get the glare. Father Pete. There he is. That's cool.
Yeah. Those are great memories. Oh, Julia, whoa. That's awesome. They look really good. Good work, guys. That's awesome. Oh, is that right? What's up, man?
Oh, man.
Nice
to talk to you.
I know
so much. How are you?
so much. You okay?
Yeah, you're doing great.
That's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that was an imposing basketball picture. Get that guy on the team. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it was great.
So you're coaching?
Yep.
And then also teaching, or what's the story?
Yes, sir. Varsity boys basketball coach, and then teaching science. I was teaching broadcast media last year. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Kind
Jack
of
of all trades.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. So this is the classroom here. This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, this is everything. We're changing it up a little bit, trying to get an eye for how everything's going to lay out right now.
Cool.
But yeah, got the trophy shelves over there, some pictures of the boys and everything like
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
What
good
type
stuff.
of offense are you running these days?
For us, it's been like depends on guys. I don't really depends on offense. We don't have offense last year, but we don't have any guys. We actually have a couple of good offense. But anyway, that's but I also
You said we don't do a lot of guys want to play.
yeah, what shoot? Yeah, what shoot? Yeah, games are very good. I want you to. I want you to. It's just amazing.
Archive.
Number 95.
So what's
You want to
Oh
pull
my
us out of
gosh.
the weird closet?
No, this is the behind the scenes that we want.
Oh my gosh.
So what is this the
This is the
Oh, look at
the archives. So someone in their infinite wisdom decided to take out all the paper clippings and assemble the book,
That's
which is
wild.
really cool because remember like when the advance would come out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
You
like,
look
who's
to
the-
see. Yes.
But I don't know if you'd have. Let's see. This
Oh,
is this would be
Darcy Palaga.
September of '95. Maybe we had
wild.
one before.
Oh man, no. That's
We
wow?
found your varsity basketball team.
That's what we're looking for right now.
Or soccer maybe?
Yeah.
No,
No,
very
you don't think you're gonna be in there for soccer?
heck no.
What position did you play?
In hoops or
Yeah,
soccer?
hoops.
Hoops, I was like a 4/5, depending on what they need me to
you're
do.
pretty tall for West Catholic.
Yeah, exactly. my preference would have been like a
Tall for
referee.
West
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Absolutely.
meanwhile I'm just banging with the bigs.
Last year, our center was about the size of Mike. So I mean,
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
What are you trying to say?
It's like Shaq Diesel. Colgrove, Chris Colgrove right there, baby.
That's all you guys.
Yeah, that's old Omar right there. Chris Colgrove. That's awesome.
So a few random like get to know you. Do you have any like favorite movies?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting might
Oh,
go down as
yeah.
my favorite movie.
Yep.
I just love it. I also love a lot of the early Marvel
Okay.
flicks. I think that they're great.
Do you have a favorite Marvel?
Iron Man.
Superhero? Okay.
Iron Man 1.
Classic. Iron Man 1
Yes.
in particular.
Yeah,
Got it.
I love the complexity of Tony Stark's character.
Oh yeah.
And frankly, his conversion. You think about who he is at Iron Man 1 all the way to Endgame. You know,
Great character development.
Not to give it away, but some big things happen.
In case you didn't know, yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, so self-absorbed out of the gate, and then really evolving to become a person for others.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
yeah,
Okay. If you could have one superpower, then what would it be?
flying.
Flying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
I don't know
Okay.
why anyone would choose any other.
You were a superhero, like where you had to like save people. You'd also do flying, or would that change your answer?
No, I want to fly at all
Okay,
times.
at
Because
all
if I
times.
got to save someone,
Pick them up, fly them away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Now,
makes sense.
we could talk about the fact that I'm not necessarily the strongest person, so if I were to pick them up, what would happen?
Right,
I'm
yeah,
so
I guess.
sorry, my arms are getting tired. You know?
You see, get in my way of like you need to move them from immediate danger.
Exactly.
So it could be brief moment.
Yeah, brief moments.
So where's the first place you'd fly to? If you could
Oh,
fly.
if I could fly?
Yeah.
Oh, I would probably. I want to honor this question. I would probably fly to my family's cottage, which is
Yeah.
like just a couple hours from Grand Rapids.
Okay.
It's a very special and sacred place for me. It's where I've been
Uh-huh.
going ever since I was a kid.
Mm.
So when I was a kid, it was hour and a half, still an hour and a half. But
yeah.
when I was a kid, it felt like an eternity.
Right, you just want to get there.
And now, I mean, if you told me I could get there in like 5 minutes,
I
mean, I don't know. We haven't talked about how fast I could fly.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it might
true.
just be flight. I might be like the slowest flying object in the sky. That would be really
That's
annoying,
true.
actually.
But you don't have any traffic.
True, but I want to be. I think I want to qualify what I just said. I want to be a fast flyer.
Okay, fast
I
flyer.
do not want to be slow in the air.
Noted. That's a good distinction to make. Yeah. That's if you could pick one snack for the rest of your life.
Combos.
Combos?
Yeah.
Which flavor of combos?
It's the original. All the others don't count.
Oh,
and
don't
in fact,
count.
no. So whenever I'm on the road, I think combos are the perfect travel food.
Okay.
So what I invariably want when I'm traveling is I pull off and I look for something fizzy to drink, and I'm open to a variety of options there. And then combos, cheddar combos.
Cheddar combos.
Yeah, I don't want the pizza ones.
Okay.
I don't want peanut butter ones. I just want the cheddar ones.
There you go.
And the beauty of it is, whatever convenience store you go to, they will always have combos. Certain things
never
they
let
won't.
you down. Yeah.
Never. You know, like sometimes you get in there, you're looking for something a little bit more bougie or whatever. It doesn't happen. But in this case, combos always going to be there.
Always there for you. There you go. Okay. Do you have any hot takes?
Man, this really opens it up.
I know it does.
Okay. In any kind of
you can take
area
it in
focus?
whatever direction you want to go in.
All right. I'm going to say something that I think is going to get some backlash, and I apologize in advance.
It's okay.
There are people out there who claim that when you listen to music on vinyl records, that it just sounds better. I think that's slick marketing. I think it is. I think it's just marketing.
Okay.
And people are out there buying these records and telling themselves it sounds that much better, but I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true?
No, and I'm going to also say for the public record, I have my fair share of vinyls. I have experimented with this. And for a while there, I thought that to be true. And then I realized it's not. I can, listen to my jams on whatever streaming service of choice I prefer, and it'll be just fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same aesthetic, though.
This is the thing. I think people get caught up in the old-timey vibe and feel, and there's something about pulling the vinyl out and putting it on the turntable. I get it. But in terms of sound quality, I don't buy it.
You don't buy it.
So that's my hot take.
Okay, that's pretty good. I feel like that's a very unique hot take. So what made you
go down that road? Yeah. I love music.
Okay.
And I love it. It's always... Like, for instance, it's going to sound like a strange transition, but one of my favorite Transformers is Bumblebee.
Okay.
And those of you not familiar with Bumblebee is that in some instances in the movies, he loses the ability to talk.
Yeah.
But the way he communicates is through the radio.
Yes.
So I have always felt that at times in my life, music could say the thing that I couldn't.
Oh,
and I'm grateful to those artists who could evoke within me a certain emotion or thought that I otherwise just couldn't wrap my arms around.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Do you have any favorite artists then?
Yeah, so I listen in the 90s. I would have listened to a lot of rap, and I would have listened to kind of rock into the early aughts. More recently, but all across that period of time, starting in the early 90s, I was listening to country.
Okay.
So I would say that the person that I think is just great and will stand the test of time is Eric Church. I like Eric Church a lot.
He's good.
I've had the chance to see him a couple times in concert, which has been really fun.
Very nice.
What I also love is like all of the movements in country, right? So you got kind of the bro country movement, and then you got the beach country vibe, and seeing how these trends emerge and then disappear. Like right now, you look at someone like a Zach Bryan, right? So he is, all of a sudden presenting this different kind of country vibe, maybe a bit more earthy and a bit less polished. Yeah. And people love it. And so you see this emergence of a new type of country music. And so to me, I dabble in a lot of different things, and I like to know what people are listening to, especially for students. I like to know what they're up to. But for me, having spent this much time with country music and seeing how it's evolved in all the different ways has been kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I can totally nerd out on like, this and that. And if I can ever read a little bit of like country music industry gossip, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Send it to me. If you haven't, send it to me.
Father Pete wants all of it.
I want to know what's going on.
That's so funny. Oh, there you go. I don't feel like I know many priests who listen to country music. So
what?
You might, yeah. I don't think so. Not a lot that I know, at least.
It's much like my life, Annie. Alone, all by myself.
No. Yeah, it's so funny. Unless, well, if you're a priest and watching this and I know you, you can tell me that you like country music too.
Exactly. Thank you.
How did you discern between diocesan versus religious orders?
Yep. Yeah. So for me, the fact is I just didn't know much. You know, I drug my feet for so long. When I finally got to an option, it just felt like it was the right option and perhaps even the only option.
Yeah.
But I want to say the diocesan priests of Grand Rapids have been nothing but exceptional to me and my family, and I am forever grateful for the selfless way in which they have led and continue to welcome me back.
Yeah.
There have been numerous times in which I've had the opportunity to either celebrate or celebrate Mass here in the diocese, and people have been nothing but kind and gracious. And so for me, Holy Cross was a providential path, because there happened to be someone that I knew who was at Notre Dame and in the seminary, and that was the door that the Lord opened to me.
Yeah.
And so to be able to kind of walk through that and to experience all the joys and sorrows that come with it has been a real blessing in my own vocation.
Yeah. I think that's awesome too. I think what I've loved hearing from all these priests and doing these interviews is that everyone has such a different vocational story, which I mean, it's the same thing with like marriage too, like how you met your spouse. Like it's all different. I mean, like the church is your spouse.
That's right.
And so I think it's really interesting too how, you know, this was just how God led you there.
Totally right.
It's so unique, and sometimes it's not this huge elaborate thing. It's just you know someone, so you go there, and if that's how God gets you in the door,
that's exactly right.
And that's beautiful. Like however he does it in his plan for you, that's awesome.
That's exactly right.
And so I think that's really cool.
And there's a certain humility that comes with that. Like,
yeah.
You know, I can't necessarily script this one out.
Right, yeah.
But I'm willing to follow, and I'm willing to trust and believe that the Lord's going to lead us down a path. And to be able to do that has been a great growth in my own spiritual life.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and coming up here. And thank you for your continued support from afar and everything you're doing at Notre Dame. I know you're doing firsthand. I know how much you've done, but just you've touched so many lives there. So thank you so much. And thanks for riding along with us. I'm sure if you're interested in becoming a Holy Cross priest, I'll leave the link in our description to their website. Go see him at Notre Dame too. Come visit. Come to Notre Dame. He'll be there.
I'll be around.
All right. God bless everyone.